there is no blue wave as I predicted, but I also said there would be no red wave. You're watching Mike Cernovich, the most accurate analyzer, journalist in America. There's no blue wave. I told you. Told you there wasn't going to be a blue wave. If Kavanaugh had gone down differently, that may have changed. But I also had said there'd be no red wave. And my predictions, of course, are coming to fruition. So this is just, if you're a new Cernovich, by the way, if you've never watched a Cernovich Periscope or stream before, hit 1. If you've watched a Cernovich Periscope before, hit 2. So if this is your first ever Cernovich live stream, Periscope, YouTube video, call it what you will, hit 1. And if you've watched it before, hit 2. Because for those of you who are new here, you might be a little bit in shock. Van Jones is trembling. He's very sad. Jake Tapper has got that scowl on his face. CNN is very, very upset because they were anticipating a blue wave. And that's because they are not accurate, whereas I am, of course, accurate. So if you're, so Fox is saying Democrats take the House, which is what I had anticipated. And but narrowly, just a narrow. So a lot of people, so if you've been here before, you know the deal. You know that Cernovich provides you the best information, ever had. You know, so hold on, we got election results coming in. What happened? Yeah, Fox News is calling the Democrats, earliest network to make the call. So Fox News has called the race for Democrats. I had said that I believed the Democrats were going to win the House, but that they were going to win it narrowly. That was my prediction, and that is now coming to fruition. But there is no blue wave. I never said there was going to be a blue, not after Kavanaugh. So the media is definitely, they definitely blew it. That's for sure. That's for sure. So yeah, we have a bunch of, repeat viewers. So if you're on YouTube, hit the like and subscribe button. If you are on Facebook, like and share. And if you are on Periscope, hit the screen. Now I got an interesting message that this means a lot because this is actually what I am going for, in terms of, in terms of messaging and everything, because it's time for someone to bring it together. So I really want to make sure that I have the exact message right, which was that the message was that I don't always agree with your politics, but I love your straightforward reporting. So believe it or not, there's a Beto voting liberal that follows you. Keep doing what you're doing. So we're getting more and more of this because even if you're liberal, you have to follow Cernovich. That's the whole point. Even if you're liberal, you have to follow Cernovich if you just really want to know what's going on. And that's why people in the media, they hate me so much, because I just tell the truth. And that's why a lot of Trump supporters also don't like me. They call me a fake, whatever. And I don't advertise myself as a pro-Trump person. I said that, I don't advertise myself as a pro-Trump person. I advertise myself as somebody bringing you the best, most elite, exclusive insight and information that you can't find anywhere else. That is what I bring you. So that means if it looks like Democrats are going to win, which I said, that's what I tell you. If that means it looks like Republicans are going to win, that's what I'm going to tell you. If it looks like Trump did something wrong, that's what I tell you. If he did something right, nobody else is doing that. And that's why I continue to grow, and that's why the media hates me so much. Also, I will talk to anybody. I will talk to anybody, debate with anybody. Everybody's afraid to debate me. And I'm also really good looking. So if you've never watched a Periscope before, you might not realize that it's possible for somebody who knows so much to actually look this good too, which is quite kind of another reason, a lot of people hate me. If you're on Facebook, like this video, give me an emoji, and hit the share button. If you're on YouTube, like and subscribe, and I'm going to take calls. All right? We are going to take some calls. You know the rules are liberal, conservative, libertarian, everybody in between. Everybody's welcome to call. We don't discriminate against people based on politics. I like to hear people. I like to hear what people The difference between me and everyone else is I want to know the truth. So that means love, hate, indifference, extremism on other. I want to know the truth. That's also why I don't like censorship. Because if there are extremists on the far right, the far left, the middle, whatever you want to call it, I want to know what is out there. I want to know the current and true state of the world. So call in 866-438-1487. If you are on Facebook, I'm going to give you the number. If you are on YouTube, I'm going to give you the number. Tracy says, you crack me up. You're so hot. Thank you. I appreciate it. Somebody says there's 300 in the YouTube. Well, that's because YouTube shadow bans me. So just the way it is. So if you're watching on YouTube, congratulations. You made it past the shadow bans. You are elite. You're an elite class of people. Not believing the shadow bans. Phone number 866-438-1487. Call me up. Now let's go ahead and let's scroll the old Twitter webs and let's see what we got going on here. So let's go ahead and hold on here. Let's read the Twitter webs. A dim strategist just now. Joe Manchin and Beto O'Rourke, the year of the woman. So I think what they mean by that is a lot of women are voting for it. Gabe Hoffman, 98% vote in Florida. Scott clinging to 63,000 lead out of nearly 8 million votes. 50.4 to 49.6. MSNBC thinks Nelson's going to get 50,000 out of Broward County. Nobody knows. DeSantis is up 95,000, which is a surprise. That is one race I called. Well, I didn't call it per se, but that's one race that surprised me. I didn't think DeSantis was going to be able to pull it off. But again, these races are too close to call. Breaking news, Democrat Jason Crow defeats Republican Representative Mike Kaufman. So there you go, Kaufman. That district flipped. Joe Donnelly lost. Fox News now projects Democrats will gain control of the House. That is what I had predicted. I had predicted though, there's not going to be a blue wave. And we're going to have a lot of gridlock and a lot of drama and a lot of insanity. So Caleb Hull tweets out, Dems won't be laughing anymore when Trump gets 3 Supreme Court picks and there are no moderates to stop him. That's true. This was definitely a extremism. I still think the Untold story of the midterms will be the effect Kavanaugh had. And this is not Untold story. I've been talking about, oh my God. This is how dumb I think the Untold story, these people think they're so, I'm being too loud. My wife is yelling at me. Sorry, babe. You got to put my daughter to bed. Untold story, what a joke, right? Untold story, LOL, what a joke, dude. I was talking about this weeks ago. This is how full of themselves these people are. I think the Untold story of the midterms will be the effect. No, it isn't an Untold story, bro. I was talking about this. I was telling everybody and their mother that the blue wave crusted because of Kavanaugh. I literally said this. I actually said, and it infuriated a lot of my fans who are Trump voters. They got really mad at me. And because I said, I'm glad it happened to Kavanaugh. It was like a sacrificial lamb. And people are like, how dare you? He was a good man. Chestnut checkers. I told people that. I told people that what happened to Kavanaugh was, oh my gosh. But that's how these people thought they are. They think if they hadn't thought about it, well, the Untold results. No, it isn't, bro. I've been talking about this forever. I've been talking about this forever. Just unbelievable, right? They really think they know so much. Yeah, this is the what the F moment of the day, which is that one of the jurors from the Menendez corruption trials at his election night party. Okay. So now we have Joel Fisher saying Dear Fox News, stop giving the house. By the way, as you watch me scroll Twitter in real time, are you Republican or Democrat or independent or whatever? Because I want you in real time to appreciate what I'm doing. You notice how I read, this is real diverse voices. I'm reading Joel Fisher. I'm reading citizen journalists. I'm reading, mainstream people. I'm reading, Ali, friend of mine. I'm reading Bill Moran, very lefty. I'm reading Omar Navarro. See, this is the point. I read everyone. That's the difference between me and the fake news, right? I read everyone, liberal, conservative, moderate, far left, far right. It doesn't, it doesn't matter. This is what you have to do today. You have to because the idea of objectivity is a myth. I am not objective, okay? I am not objective. However, because I have my own human biases. The way you correct your human bias is you talk to people you don't agree with. And then you go, other people have a different point of view on this. Maybe those other people are correct. Maybe I should re-examine my own biases, or I should see where my biases are leading me astray. That's what I do, and other people don't. Headline, The Lee, Greenwald beats Taylor Swift. That's actually quite clever. So in an odd twist of fate, Michael Avenatti may deliver Republicans a Supreme Court seat, the U.S. Senate, and maybe even the House. That's some strong work. Yeah, Texas, too close to... Beto, I told you guys Beto was a threat. Trump supporters... See, here's the thing. Trump supporters really get angry at me. Beto doesn't have a shot. Like, yeah, he does. That's why I block so many people. I block 50, 100 people a day because just the outright stupidity that I have to deal with, right, of people saying Beto doesn't have a shot. I was like, yes, he actually does. Oh, if you're on YouTube, be sure to like the page and hit the subscribe button. Like and subscribe if you are on YouTube. If you're on Periscope, tap, 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 tap. Norway has trolls. Mike, we love you. That's all I have to say. I appreciate that. Who is this Cernovich person? Sounds smart. The Cernovich guy, a very, very smart. Red wave. Well, it's not a red wave. It's a narrow, it's a narrow, like, survival sort of thing. Thank you, Avenatti and all the others. That's what I told you. Up the volume. Actually, the volume's fine, so it's probably on your computer. So let's see here. Let's keep scrolling. But again, this is me. This is me just providing people good information. That's what is lost. That's why I'm one of America's only journalists, is I actually provide people information and analysis. I don't provide them their own biases. I don't provide them, the fake stuff. I provide them the good information, the good stuff. Happening now, Dow future surges to session highs and GOP performing better than expected. That's quite interesting. Yeah, nobody knows what is going to go on. But you have to read. You have to check your biases. I even read Huffington Post people. Right? I read the Huffington. I read everybody. This is the problem with most people, is I even read people who use fake girls pics. Right? A lot of people do that. A lot of men pretend to be women. This is actually pretty funny. Nick Monroe, he has a good account. He's what you call a digger, and so he's always going really deep into the data. So he's a really good account, good follow. Let's see what else we got going on here. So the media story of the night certainly seems to be the early Fox News call in the House for Dems. Seems wild to call it this early. Indeed. So people are now mad at Fox News. Incumbent Democrat Joe Manchin makes remarks after he's projected to keep a seat to defeat his Republican challenger. So so a lot of people are mad at Fox right now. But so I retweet all the people. By the way, who retweets more women than I do? That's what I think is so funny. All these men I'm a male feminist. It's like, but do you actually promote female voices that are good? No, you don't. You don't. Mike Cernovich is the true feminist. If you're on YouTube, hit the like button. If you're on YouTube, hit the like button, hit the share button. If you're on Facebook, give me an emoji. Press 1 if this is your first Periscope. Press 2 if it's not your first Periscope. Press 1 if it's your first. Press 2 if it's your not. Because if it's your first Periscope, you have no idea what you got yourself into. You always see that actually with the people who watch a lot of my scopes and then the new people. If it's your first Cernovich Periscope, it is an experience. It isn't. Not everybody can keep up. Not everybody knows what's going on. But once you've watched, I would say 10 to 15. You have to watch about 10 to 15 Periscopes of Cernovich to really understand what is going on. 10 to 15 at least, because there's so much information, so much going on, so much theatrics that I engage in, because I like to keep it light. The beautiful thing about me and my position is that I can have fun, because I've said so many things that I'm not sitting around, oh, what if I say this one wrong thing? Oh, my God. I might say, oh, geez, will this one thing, will this one thing be the end of me or whatever? That's why I can do what other people can't do. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering, my lovely family. So if it is your first Periscope, of course, you're saying Michael Cernovich is a racist, all the fake news and everything. But, of course, I literally have a biracial family. That's how fake the news is. So, everybody's a victim. Everybody's been victimized by fake news. So let's watch Van Jones cry together. So we're going to have a live viewing party of watching Van Jones cry together. So if you have popcorn, get your popcorn in. If you have Zevia, I have a refreshing Zevia that I'll be pouring for myself. And so I will be drinking a nice, refreshing Zevia going on. So YouTube, a lot of first-time viewers in YouTube. Wow. Okay, so YouTube, it's like 50-50 first time. Facebook, I'm not seeing your comments. If you're on Facebook and it is your first Mike Cernovich stream, hit 1. If it's your second stream, hit 2, or second or third. So if it's your first time watching a Periscope, press 1. If you've watched, or Facebook Live, press 1. If you've watched me before, press 2. Same thing also on the interwebs and everything. And I know I have people on hold. I thank you very much for being on hold. We will be taking your calls. The call-in number, one more time, is 866-438-1487. That is 866-438-1487. And everybody will be in queue. So let's watch Van Jones cry together.
This is heartbreaking, though. It's heartbreaking. The hope has been that the antibodies would kick in, that this sort of infestation of hatred and division would draw a response from the American people, really in both parties, to say no and no more. That does not seem to be happening tonight. It's not a blue wave, but it's still a blue war. We've got to continue the fight forward.
So, yeah, you see the way he talks about people he disagrees with. He's saying, he talks about them as a disease. That's dehumanizing language. To talk about people as if they are a disease, as Van Jones is doing here, I don't really know how he's allowed on air. That's pretty appalling. I mean, really, if you think about it, that's dehumanizing language. I definitely don't know why CNN is allowing that kind of talk. It's pretty sad. So let's go ahead and just watch this one more time.
It's heartbreaking, though. It's heartbreaking. The hope has been that the antibodies would kick in, that this sort of infestation of hatred and division would draw a response from the American people, really in both parties, to say no and no more. That does not seem to be happening tonight. It's not a blue wave, but it's still a blue war. We've got to continue the fight forward.
So it's not a blue wave, but it is a blue war. You know, when Alex Jones talks like that, you know, isn't that interesting, really? So when Alex Jones uses language like war, dehumanizes people, CNN says you want to be, you know, they want to ban Alex Jones. So I don't know. He said it's a blue war. You know, that's amazing because CNN has told us that you shouldn't use language like that. Kind of, you know, astounded actually that they would do that. That they would be so terrible. All right, hold on. We will take your calls. Thank you for your patience, people. I do know that you're on hold, but I'm catching up and I'm catching you up. Van Jones is the Alex Jones of CNN. Except they're all conspiracy theorists at CNN. So it's more like the way I put it, and I don't want to put it because I like Alex, but everybody is Alex Jones now, right? Everyone is Alex Jones. CNN, you know, they're using, you know, very aggressive sort of language, and they're spreading conspiracy theories and everything. It's just really everybody is Alex Jones. That's what I think is. Hold on, okay, hold on, I gotta figure out how to mute me here. I'm still live on. All right. Okay. Hold on, I'm reading this. White is a pigment. I don't know what that means. Is that like a new racial meme? There's so many, you know, new racial memes that you inadvertently say things that you don't know that are like bad. And they're like, oh, you're not supposed to say that, blah, blah, blah. Luckily for me, I don't really care. Yeah, Van Jones is, you know, the Alex Jones of the left. So a breakdown, let's go ahead and watch here. One of the best reporters is Brooke Singman is her name. And so she's saying a breakdown. Democrats have officially gained 4 seats in the House. In total, Democrats need 23 seats to take back control of the House. According to Fox News Decision Desk projections, Democrats will take the majority. So that's got a lot of people upset. They're saying, you know, it was way too early to call it. And, you know, I don't know. I think it's too early to call. I think it's way too early to call. This is way too close. Way too close to call. For sure. Kudos to Marshall Blackburn, whom the media essentially wrote off. Tune, he's got a good account. I really want to see other minority groups turnout numbers for the election. Yes, that too. What do we got going on here? Tweeting this. Breaking Deborah Marshall Powell over incumbent Republican Carlos Curbelo in Florida 26. Yes, I mean this is a close call, people. This is down to the wire. Down to the wire. Dan Rather, fake Dan Rather. We're not going to retweet him. He's the godfather of fake news. Dan Rather is the godfather, so we'll retweet these people. So as you can see, everybody's Illum, fix your posture, bro. I know you're watching me. Fix your posture. Sit up well. Read Gorilla Mind Set. So we have somebody likes the dog. Ted Cruz took the lead. So, but this is a close race, people. That's the whole thing. I've been telling people, I've been telling you, Beto, it's a close race. People ignore him just like they were ignoring AOC. It's just really, really absurd that people don't like to hear the truth. They definitely don't like. Did I think there was a possibility of Cox beating Newsom? Nah, I never bought into that, man. It's California, dude. Gavin Newsom is a California kid. I never trusted the polls on Gavin Newsom. He's just all-American, you know. That's what liberals like. Gavin Newsom, Beto O'Rourke, the liberals like that very traditional, straight, heterosexual, patriarchal thing. That's what the liberals go for. And that's Gavin Newsom. Gavin Newsom, he actually cheated on this whole thing. I mean, Gavin's a player. Let's just put it that way. Gavin Newsom is a major player. But the Democrats, they don't care. That's you know, That's what they go for. That's what they like. Asked if Trump will call Pelosi tonight. So we'll see. What is going on? They say this every single election. This is true. So Yossi has a great account. He's probably, other than me, he's probably one of the smartest people on Twitter, other than me. So you should pay attention to this guy. How many House GOPs retired thinking it will be a wave? Yeah, this is the real, so this is actually the real untold story of, so if you want to know what the real untold story is, so I would say the early retirements within the GOP is the real untold story of this election. A lot of money was spent. Right. The money was spent on these new races that opened up that wouldn't have had to be spent. So I've heard from a number of people that, like Darrell Issa and other people, are in a lot of trouble because if they quit, Republicans quit because Republicans are pathetic, and because of that, all these seats opened up that shouldn't have been opened up, and then all this money was spent on brand new races that shouldn't have been open. So, I mean, he is, again, follow Yoshi. Yas. I don't know. I'm thinking of Super Mario Brothers. Sorry, my friend. You shouldn't talk. I should know how to pronounce people's names. Yeah. So here's another great point. And by the way, this guy is not a Trump supporter. He actually hates Trump. Well, not hate somebody. He's not a Trump guy. Let's just put it that way. By the way, Paul Ryan, DOC GOPers were certain in 2016 that Trump is bringing down GOP chances. They were wrong. In 2018, they kept Trump away from places, but it becomes clear Trump was a net gain in places he pushed. Simple. Dems are anyway anti-Trump. Bring him in to energize the GOP idiots. So this is absolutely the best, other than mine, of course. So I'm going to give him the follow blast. And by the way, I like to give people the follow blast too because eventually I'll be assassinated from the internet. But as long as you're getting the best information, that's what really matters, right? That's what really matters. In the end, is the people. I'm just a public servant. If you're on YouTube, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. If you're on Facebook, give me an emoji. Love, hate, anger, outrage, whatever you want. And if you're on the scope, tap that screen a few times. And that's what you should do, people. By the way, look at this beautiful skin. Just look at this for a moment. It isn't fair. It isn't fair that not only am I the greatest journalist and analyst in the world on American politics, but that I also look at this hair. I think about that a lot, actually. The unfairness of it all. Think about it frequently. Just not fair. It really isn't fair. But you know what? Nobody told you life was fair. Press 1 if this is your first Periscope. Press 2 if it's not. Because if it's your first Periscope, this is your first Cernovich live stream, you're going to be really upset. If you've done live streams before, you know that we goof off. We keep it light. We have a lot of fun. Okay, tell you what is going on. Okay. What is going on is the blue wave isn't happening. There is no blue wave. There's no blue wave at all. Van Jones is quite upset. All right. That's what is going on. But the Democrats are probably going to take the House, which is what I said. Fox News is called the House for the Democrats. Kevin Kramer unseats Heidi. This is another good guy. Office of Mike. This is this is another good guy. Let's see what's going on here. Cruz is widening the gap. So Ted Cruz is widening the gap. But Beto is still strong. That's the whole thing. Beto is a big winner tonight. Beto is a big winner tonight. He now has infrastructure, name recognition. He's got everything he needs. So this guy, 2020, like I said, was a big deal. Let's see here. What do we got going on here? Hate to break it to you, Democrats, but Hillary has more votes left in Florida than Ben Nelson or Andrew Gillum do. That's, of course, Ann Coulter. Fox needs to fire the activists on the payroll, so a lot of people are upset. Oh, she's got a nice family. Okay, that's a good family. I'll retweet her. You know, I always got to double check because you never know if it's a real person, you know? So this is a nice family, unless everything's identity theft. But, you know, I'm always... I don't want to be retweeting men with, female emojis or abbeys or whatever you call them if they're not really true. I'm not trying to promote catfishing, identity theft, fake news. John James in Michigan. There's a lot of breakthrough stars tonight. There's a lot of breakthrough stars tonight. It's been a really, 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 really good time. By the way, quick question. Who here has tried the youth serum from GorillaMind.com? It's really good stuff. I already put some on. This is incredible. Hyaluronic acid, vitamin C, vitamin B5. Just a full, very, 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 very effective for looking your best. You got to look your best, people. Hate to break it to you. It's a vain world. It's a vain, vain world. Hamilton, Ohio, how you doing?
Not too bad, Mike.
Doing well.
Yes, is this just a call about anything, or
Yeah,
just just the elections?
Let's do the elections for the most part.
All right. Well, assuming that, the Dems do take the House, it's going to be close, but you predicted they take the House. The next move, just gather information?
Well, yeah, there's going to be, right, so the question, of course, is what happens, and the answer is that they don't really have an agenda. Nobody really knows. Nobody knows what is actually going to happen. So, yeah, we'll just wait and see. It really is just a wait and see.
All right.
Have a good day, my friend.
Thanks.
By the way, there's a lot of one of my friends tells me that the YouTube chat's getting very nasty. So I'll go ahead and look at them. I'll go ahead and do some blocking. So, yeah. So you got, the people get paid, and in an effort to try to discredit me, people will come in and do anti-Semitic comments, and then I just go through and block them. So it's usually the same, like 10 or 15 people who do this. So I'm just going to go ahead and give me a second here, clean up my I'm going to clean up my YouTube chat right now because it's very unfortunate. They do this because it's the only way to discredit me. But I disavow all of this. I think that you're scum and you're just really, really bad people. I'll just block you as I see you. But that's really what they want to do. So people are saying the young Turks are melting down, which is definitely not a surprise. Oh yeah, YouTube does have Super Chat. I keep forgetting to mention that. So YouTube has a feature called Super Chat. So if you like the coverage, you can basically Super Chat. If you like the coverage, you buy it, and it's all good to go. All right, we got a few more callers. Allenton, Pennsylvania, how you doing?
Hello.
Yes.
Oh, hi. Hi, Mike.
Hi.
I was wondering. So I'm watching an election tracker. I don't know if you know this, but do Democrat votes come in sooner because they're in more metropolitan, well-connected areas where there's more like infrastructure for way more voting machines like rented out in space. Out in the rural area, there's like 3 voting stations and a fire station. You know what I mean? Do Democrats usually come in quicker than Republicans? And like as the election map sweeps across, does it start going slightly red?
No, it's a time zone issue, right? So the results come in, and the coastal areas are 3 hours, the Eastern Standard Time. So the results come in, and the seats also aren't as competitive either. So that's what, So there are 2 things going. One is they lean heavily Democrat anyway, and they're easier to project. And 2 is they're just ahead of everybody time zone wise, and nobody knows. So that's why, for example, California hasn't been called yet in seats like Dana Rohrabacher's the 48th, because people don't know the ballots aren't in. So that's what's going on there.
Well, just really quick, I'll get off the phone here. But like I meant specifically, like I'm watching in PA right now, right? And Barletta was like behind by like a certain amount. Actually, a better example is Cruz in Texas. Like everyone was kind of freaking out a bit earlier because it was like O'Rourke was like above by like how many, like 400,000 or something. And then like literally in a minute, like boom, like Cruz got like a 600,000 boost right out of nowhere. And it's like, well, that's the rural areas. Those are the places that are a lot slower to get there. I'm talking on like a state by state basis. Like, I guess the Democrat strongholds are more well connected. There's better infrastructure in those parts in the state, so those show up quicker than the rural areas, which are kind of just like bike pedaling their computers power.
Yeah, and they're more rural areas. They're further apart, so you have, and it depends on how they're counted. So right, if it's computers, you just zip them in. If they're more rural areas, and in some places they're on paper ballots. Like I grew up in a rural area, your voting districts might be 50 miles. Yeah. So if you're 50 miles apart, you have to get all the ballots and load everything's up. So that's part of it too. Thank you for the call.
The guy loading up all the ballots into his truck.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Right.
Cool, man. Thank you.
Los Angeles, California. How you doing?
Good, Mike. How are you doing?
Well.
Oh, all right. Let's first talk about national security and then talk about elections. In terms of national security, I recently saw this video that you did with Luke Rudowski from We Are Change about Donald Trump preventing a major war. And meanwhile, let's look at the geopolitics of what's actually going on. Well, all of these elections in the run-up to it, what we saw was the most important visit of a high-level Chinese official, the VP basically of China, to Israel. And what's been going on for decades under the guise of what's called the Talpiot program, the long-term Israeli military intelligence, is the...
Breaking news, it looks like they're calling Ted Cruz So hold on, people. We might have some breaking news here. Let's go ahead and see what is going on. Breaking news, called for Ted Cruz. NBC News projects Ted Cruz defeats Beto O'Rourke in the Texas Senate race here. So again, breaking news. Ted Cruz keeps Texas narrowly. Breaking. Ted Cruz narrowly wins his re-election campaign, proving that candidates who run closely with Trump win. So that's the takeaway of all this. The people who ran away from Trump and said Trump was bad and that Trump was going to hurt people and that Trump was going to cost votes, they were actually wrong. Republicans would have kept the House. I mean, think about that. Republicans, think about that. Republicans would have kept the House if 90 plus GOP, if 90 plus of them hadn't chickened out before the race. I mean, it really is, it really is something else. So yeah, Republicans, they would have kept the House if they weren't so just pathetic and weak and everything else. So yeah, their NBC News projects Ted Cruz. That is a big win. Yeah, this is actually, most pollsters and pundits should get out of the prognostication business. So that will also be one of the unstated lessons of the night. So that will definitely, yeah, most pollsters and pundits, they just don't really know anything. They truly are a joke. They're pathetic. They're stupid. So Republicans are going to regain or retain control of the Senate. So they say, by the way, is this your first Periscope? If it is, press 1 if you've been here before. Press 2. Press 1 if you've been here before. And press 2 if you haven't been. So Jack Taper changed his tie. Arthur Schwartz is another great account that I like to follow here. Is having a good time here. Yeah, this is tonight yet again. This shows that Cernovich is just the truth, and everybody else is a lie. Just the way it is. So just barely. Remember I said there's going to be a blue wave? Remember? Kavanaugh. They blew it with Kavanaugh. Win and victory, know when to stop. So that's what's going on here. So people are actually out. Must be nice. People out in public. I'm out here providing you the best knowledge and information that there possibly is. So we have a lot of first time. If it's your first time, welcome. I'm Mike Cernovich, and I'm here to talk. Fair Lawn, New Jersey. How you doing?
Hi, Mike.
Hi.
Mike, can you hear me?
We hear you.
No. Yeah. Mike, someone tweeted out earlier that I thought was pretty interesting. They said they went to a polling station. There weren't a lot of young people. I had the same exact experience. I live in a very young area in New York, and when I went to the polling station, it was all older white baby boomers. I mean, you think that like the message, kind of the summation of this midterm election is going to be the youth vote didn't come out like the Democrats thought they would?
Yeah, the Democrats didn't give anybody a reason to vote. Yeah. I mean, that won't be the story because the media is dumb. But why, if you're a young person, vote Democrat. Why? Because Russia hacked the election. Vote Democrat, right? Get out of here. The Democrats didn't have a message for the youth vote, so I knew the youth vote wasn't going to come out. Yeah,
it's crazy because it was all. I mean, it wasn't even like Gen Xers. It was
right.
Like all baby boomers, and baby boomers are such a small part of my precinct. So I'm
right.
just kind of shocked at the turnout of this race.
Right. No, I'm not. Because I live in the world of, I work in the mindset business. How do you convince people to take a change, to make a change, to take action? And you have to give people a reason. And vote Democrat because Russia hacked the election, right?
Yeah.
Why? Oh, if you're 25 or like if you're in college, why do you care? Who cares? It's just not a winning message. So for me, I'm not surprised at all. But it does show that the youth vote is up for grabs, right?
Yeah, right. It definitely, yeah. I mean, it definitely shows that just because you think that you have Taylor Swift, that doesn't mean the youth's going to come out.
Exactly. Yep. Yeah, so this is all just, everything that I'm saying is just really coming true. It's really all the time. Pascagoula, Mississippi, how you doing?
What's up, Mike?
Living the
It's
dream.
Matthew from Mississippi.
Welcome.
I got a confession, man. You called me out earlier today. I have wore flip-flops with cargo pants before.
It's okay, man. It's okay. I'm just, it's just good banter, good humor.
Nah, man, you're good, dude. We called this, probably, I've listened to you for a long time, couldn't miss calling in, called into the Wayne Dupree show, but I'm not surprised at the results at all. I mean, look what all the point I want to make, and I'll let you move to other callers, because this is a historic night, probably the biggest midterm election, Mike, in 222 years. We kept hearing about the blue wave. Come on, what were they really running on? Impeach Trump for Russian collusion. That never happened. We're going to raise your taxes. We're going to get rid of ICE. Then you got the caravan that just magically appeared about the same time. Come on. I mean, really? I hope we keep seeing DeSantis barely pulled it out, but I'm seeing that he may be victorious. Are you seeing that as well in Florida?
Yeah, it looks like he will, unless there's some kind of voter fraud. It looks like DeSantis is going to barely pull it off. Yeah, but that's still a close one. But unless Democrats can discover, 15, 20,000 votes, it looks like he's gonna keep it.
Not going to happen. Georgia, bye-bye, blue wave. Bye-bye. But you're awesome, Mike. Keep up the good work, and, visit my website, truthnotfictionmatters.com. This will take all of us, brother, to win this. Keep up the good journalism, my friend.
Best of wishes to you, sir, and have a great day.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, so welcome again to the greatest, most insightful stream in terms of what's happening. Everything that I've been talking about has been coming to fruition. That really is the message of today. It really is the message of the day. And it's going to be wild. It's going to be wild now. House in control of the Democrats, the Senate in control of Republicans. Donald is president. It's really, it really is wild. I mean, it's crazy. Crazy to think. Republicans, though, they would have kept, they definitely would have, they would have kept it. They all quit. They're just pathetic. If Republicans hadn't quit, they just would be pathetic. By the way, if it's your first time here, you may not know this, but the reason I am the most accurate political commentator in the world is because of my mindset work, right? The reason I am the most accurate commentator is because of my mindset work. I know what persuades people to take action and what doesn't. Find out more in Guerrilla Mindset. So that's the whole issue is I know what works and what doesn't. You can go to Amazon and pick up you can pick up Guerrilla Mindset. That's just the whole point. Like, I know what a winning message is. Russia hacked the election is not how you get out the youth vote. You have to know how to motivate and inspire people. Motivation, inspiration, vision, forward thinking, that's what works. The Democrats failed the mindset test. They did not have an interesting mindset message. They did not have a mindset message. So you can go to GorillaMindset.com, right? Go to Gorilla Mindset to find out how to create a winning message for your own life. That's what people don't understand. How do you persuade people to take action? Well, how do you persuade yourself to take action? Right? I'm in the life-changing business is what I actually do. This weird world that I'm in was just something that kind of happened. And I realized that I understand motivation. I understand inspiration. I understand direction. Right? Remember Army leadership. Purpose, direction, motivation. What is your purpose? Where are you going? Which way? What's your motivation? Purpose, direction, and motivation. Basic leadership principles taught in Army leadership classes. Purpose, direction, motivation. Democrats, what's their purpose? Trump, Russia? Russia hacked the elections? That's the whole point. That's why people don't care. And by the way, Guerrilla Mindset is supposed to cost $10. I had it on sale, but it looks like the price hasn't updated. So you can actually buy it for 99 cents on Kindle right now. There's paperback and there is an audio narrated by yours truly. Over 1,000 reviews. You can go to GorillaMindset.com because you have to learn how to change your own life. This is why I understand the world. This is why I understand energy. This is why I can do things that other people can't do. GorillaMindset.com. GorillaMindset.com. Breaking. Chris Korbach lost. That's Democrat governor. So here we go. Let's get back on the Twitters. By the way, if you want to call in, we'll have you call in. We'll start another conference. It's going to be, the number is 866-438-1487. Again, write this number down. 866-438-1487. Yeah, it's going to be Democrat House. I said it was going to be. Yeah, I said it was going to be. Let's read some more tweets. Joe Pollock, another great account. Just noted that Republicans who've lost seats are critics of Trump. There's a chicken and egg problem here. They may be more critical because their seats were already more vulnerable, but it's worth noting that running away from Trump did not help much. Yeah, I mean, this was the Trump election. This was the Trump election. That's what this was. The Trump election. That's the whole point. So now NBC and Fox are projecting that Democrats have taken the House. But that's the whole issue. It's narrow. There's no blue wave. That's why if you watch the title of this, it doesn't say blue. It says no blue wave. I told you there wouldn't be a blue wave once Kavanaugh happened. Right? I said there would be no blue wave. And there isn't. There is no blue wave. But I said that Democrats were going to take the House, which it looks like it is, looks like it's coming to fruition. Yet more predictions for Cernovich, the most accurate man in media. I'm telling you. I give you the truth. So I'm going to go ahead and see. I'm going to read your questions now. Do you folks have any more questions? I'm going to read them. If you're on YouTube, hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. If you're on Facebook, hit the like sign and hit the emoji. By the way, I will be coming back. I'm just taking a quick breather and, whatnot. So yeah, I'll be taking just a quick break, but I will be back, obviously. I mean, how can you get away from this? This is the biggest, greatest, most fun time of the year, times of our lives. Hold on. I'm going to read your periscopes. Everybody's good. How you doing, Dr. Babe Love Life? Trump just got an excuse to not build the wall. Well, that's one thing that's possible. Yeah, how is Keith Ellison doing? There's so many races going on. Let's see how Keith Ellison is doing. Keith Ellison. We don't know yet. We will see. Yeah, we will see. Keith Ellison, we don't really know yet what is happening. All right, my friends, I'm going to go take a quick break, a quick breather. Like I said, go to gorillamindset.com. I'm telling you, people, there's a reason I'm so enthusiastic about life. There's a reason, there's a method to my perceived madness, all right? It's because I have my life dialed in. I'm the mindset master. Everything is connected. Everything is connected. Go to, right now, change your life. The power of mindset. How to be more motivated. Everything is there. Don't just go watch a low consciousness stream. GorillaMindset.com. It's where you want to be. Hold on. Are you coming out, babe? All right. I'm going to go take a breather, say hi to my wife and to my daughter. And then I'll be back with more coverage. Thanks for watching. If it's your first time, you are watching Mike Cernovich. Oh, they're bringing out the wine.
No, I'm only bringing it. I opened it, but it's
Wine o'clock.
No, it's that Pinot that you liked.
Ooh, that Pinot. Did you give your mom that other stuff? You want to say hi to the people real quick? We're about to close out. You're beautiful. What are you talking about? Do you want to say hi to my lovely wife?
I have like stains on my shirt.
She doesn't have. Okay. So she doesn't want to be seen.
My stomach is too big.
She's pregnant.
I know, but it's like the point where like things are like food is spilling on my stomach.
She's pregnant. All right, friends. I'll see you guys I'll see you in about half an hour.